Hello, good people. Uh, it is your guy here again, Abuga David, and I want to believe that you're good and you're full of health, and I want to thank God for that. Today, I want to touch on very sensitive areas of where we are at this moment in life. Uh, if you see scientists and historians and every class of people, we all agree that this world has a beginning. Then I believe that if at all anything has a beginning, then it has an ending. And you'll come to realize that billions and millions of dollars have been used to develop very powerful telescopes to search for other habitable planets. So like they are feeling like the world we are living right now, it is not safe anymore. Wake up, people. There are some things that we take for granted. Or rather, we be ignorant about them. If at all they cared about humanity, if at all they cared about this world, then the investment they have made in these such kind of telescopes, they could have invested in the very people that they care about and this world that they care about. But they don't care because they feel like things are not good and like things are not good. Which is very true. Things are not good. Because prophetically saying, all things were prophesied and they'll come to pass, be it what. And now, this is the gospel. If you read the book of First Thessalonians, I want to admonish that you read the whole chapter of First Thessalonians chapter 5. But I want to specify a few verses here. First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. And the Bible reads, when you hear them speak of peace, peace, then sudden distractions comes upon them like a woman in pain who is waiting to bear a child. Yes. What are we hearing in the world today? Peace. We want peace. We want peace. Of course, yes, we want peace. But now we are speaking in a prophetical way. When you hear them speak of peace, peace, then sudden destruction is in waiting, like a woman who is pregnant, waiting to bear a child, and is in the last days of bearing a child. So like at any given point, this woman can give birth. At any given point, things will escalate in a dramatical way. So like, that is how serious it is. And you go ahead and I said that I want to specify some verses here. And again, if you read the very same book, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 20, it says like, do not despise prophecies. Yes. Do not despise prophecies. Me, I've come to believe in the Bible. And I believe like every word the Bible says, it is true. You know, at one point, Jesus Christ is saying that the earth and the heavens will pass away, but my word will remain and will come to pass. And again, I want to emphasize on a prophetic message. If you read the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19 and 20. Again, it is speaking of prophecy. It is saying like, if we want to get out of darkness, then let us get to have a prophetic message which has been given unto us to derive us from darkness and bring us to light. You know, darkness, I want to interpret this one. I want to do some kind of exegesis on this kind of verse. When we are speaking of darkness, it's like we are in ignorance. When we speak of darkness, we are like lacking some kind of information. But now prophecy is giving us some information. And now Peter is telling us that it is this prophecy that will remove us from darkness, from ignorance, from lack of information, to give us information and get to live like wise people. I wish I could have spoken more about that. But because of limited time, let me just touch a few issues. Then I want to believe, if God wills, we'll do a more video like for 30 minutes straight. Then we dig deep into some subjects of the Bible. And we deal with the apocalyptic books of Daniel and Revelation. And we see like what God is trying to tell the human race. Now I want to conclude by going to the book of Matthew. It has always had a fascinating prophecy, which always blows my mind whenever I read it. I've read it severally. Now and then I just always read the book of Matthew chapter 24. Because this is the prophecy that Jesus Christ himself gave. You know, the disciples are coming to Jesus Christ and they're sitting on a mountain. And the disciples are asking Jesus Christ, when will this world come to an end? Because like they were anticipating for a new kingdom. Because they felt like, wow, now we know that there is a kingdom that is in waiting. So like God, Jesus, like this world is not a good place for us to live. So like when will the kingdom of the earth will pass away, then your kingdom come. Then Jesus Christ, looking at the temple of Jerusalem, he speaks of the destruction of the temple of Jerusalem. And it goes to give on the prophecy that will come to pass during the time of the apostles of his time. But I want to speak of this. Okay, it gives the prophecy that will fulfill itself during the time of the apostles. And at the same time, it gives prophecy that will come to pass as the world comes to an end. So if you read the book of Matthew chapter 24, verses number 24, verses number 6. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. That you will hear wars and rumors of wars. But be not troubled, for the end is not yet. And then he proceeds to say, for nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there will be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So it is just like the beginning that is ushering us to the end times. So it is upon us to make our decisions right. If you see the war in Russia and Ukraine, it makes me smell of what is coming. We are like waiting for something very big. Of course, we need peace in this world. But at the end of the day, prophecy has to pass. So like things may escalate from the Asian countries, things may get different. From the Western countries, things will get different. From the European countries, things will get different. In Africa, they want to be liberated, like, oh, you've slapped us for wrong, and we want now our Africanism and all that stuff. You know, that is war itself. So we don't know what is in waiting. But for those who believe in prophecies, go deep into study, and I want to believe God is giving a message in this final generation. And actually, the book of Matthew says that this generation will not pass. And it says, like, this generation will not pass. It means, like, the generation that will experience this kind of prophecies, it will not pass before Jesus Christ brings his kingdom again. To wrap it all, if you read the book of Matthew chapter 25, it is speaking of the 10 virgin women. We have 5 who are fools and 5 who are wise. And all this they waited. The good thing is that all they waited. You know, sometimes it is very funny, but when the bridegroom is coming, you come to realize that there were those who had extra oil. Things are not going to be easy. Things are not going to be easy. We are all waiting. So, keep the faith burning and carry extra oil with you, because the devil knows that his time is short, and he has come down with great wrath to deceive whomever may be deceived. God bless you. God keep you safe. Till we meet again. Peace.